Hello and welcome to another video. We are in our kitchen. John's right behind me. I don't know what side he's on. This is actually really exciting because, babe, what weekend is this?
Reach the beach. So there's a big bike ride that I'm doing tomorrow, Saturday.
So this is the ride that John has been training for on all those camping trips that we've been on that he's taken his bike on. How many miles are you riding tomorrow?
75, which for me is a lot.
And you're starting in Vernonia, Oregon. You're gonna end up where?
In Fort Stevens State Park on the coast. Obviously it's Reach the Beach on the coast of Oregon.
And how much elevation are you gonna be climbing?
I wanna say it's like 3,900 feet total. I mean, obviously the Cascade Range I think only has a high peak of around 1,500, but you know, you're gonna go up and down and up, and so you're gonna do some of that up multiple times.
Is that the Cascades or is that
I'm sorry, the Coast Range.
The Coast Range, yeah. So I figured I better get started now on filming. John leaves way before me in the morning. His dad is actually in town from out of state and visiting, so I'm gonna be picking him up. I'm gonna be picking up my best friend and heading that direction. We're gonna be spending the night in Astoria, a great little city, and I'm taking you guys with us. I have no idea what to expect. We're not gonna be able to watch John ride his bike. However, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna have my phone with me, so I'm gonna try to take a few small videos when it's safe. You know, like when we have a rest stop or whatever, try to take maybe a little video if I have time.
So what are you making for dinner tonight? Because you were focusing on your nutrition for your big ride.
Yeah, so for me this is a big ride. I know for some people it's not, but for me it is. So I'm trying to make sure.
It's a big ride. I mean, you're
trying
gonna
to make sure. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I do some good food. So I wanted to do beans and rice. I know that rice have some good simple carbohydrates. You know, when you mix beans and rice supposedly or something like this, it makes a complete protein or something with the right amino acids, or I don't know, something like that. So I thought, well, that sounds good. Let's do some chili. So I'm making a chili. Found this really cool recipe for it. So I'm making that chili. And
it's called dope chili.
It's called dope chili, and then we're gonna
chili is dope.
We're gonna put it over some rice. Or I'm gonna put mine over rice. I also got chips, so if people want to do theirs other ways, they can. But it's kind of neat. My boss gave me dried beans for Christmas gift. I put them in the ground. It did not grow beanstalk. So, no, I'm just joking. So
that took me a minute.
Yeah. So what I figured is, well, this would be a great spot to use those beans. These are supposed to be like these really cool high-end beans, so I think it'd be a good spot to use them. So we're doing a red bean chili.
Like this is like we are making, or John is making this chili from like base. Like he had to soak the beans, the whole 9 yards, and it's just gonna. I mean, he roasted the chilies.
So I roasted some chilies, some different chilies, obviously, and then mix those with some beef stock and put it through a blender to make kind of a paste base for it. I do got crushed and diced tomatoes. There's gonna be all the normal chili stuff goes in it, plus like cumin and paprika and chili flake and all that. But there's also cocoa powder, so like that's neat or different. So I don't know how this is gonna taste. It'll be interesting.
It's gonna be good. We really like mole, and John keeps telling me don't expect mole because John can actually make a really good mole. This is gonna be a multi-day video. We're gonna see how this ride goes. You're gonna go with me to Astoria. So I just wanted to get it kicked off and started. Welcome to the weekend.
Welcome to the weekend.
All right, so today is my bike ride, and I'm up and waiting for a friend of mine to come pick me up to go. And I don't know if you can see this, but it is really raining. This is not what I hoped for. And I'm hoping right now that this kind of lessens up. This is not what I expected at all, so I'm a little nervous right now, folks.
All right, well, I just got dressed. I think I showed everybody the rain outside. My daughter came home. She works a night shift, and she goes, "Dad, it's raining cats and dogs out there," and she was right. My buddy who's picking me up for this ride told me, make sure you go get fenders on your bike, John, because if you get fenders, it'll guarantee good weather. Well, I didn't go get fenders on my bike, and now I think I'm gonna regret it. I also didn't buy, I was thinking about buying a very light rain jacket that I could put in one of my back pockets, but decided not to. I think I'm gonna regret that potentially now. I don't know, we're gonna see. This is gonna be interesting. Hopefully it lessens up, or it's less by the coast. If that's the case, it won't be too bad of a ride. Hopefully my tires aren't so slick that I want to slide, and I have still good traction. So I have a lot more concerns this morning than I did last night, but we'll see. The weather didn't look like it was going to be bad. It said maybe a few showers early in the morning, ending by like 6 a.m. Now it's saying, I think here, by 11, but where we start the ride, it's saying that they're going to end earlier than that. So I'm hoping that's the case. We'll see.
Happy Saturday. Last I looked, John was almost 40 miles into his ride. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to go pick up John's dad from where he's staying, and also my friend who John is riding with her husband. So it's kind of like, you know, shuttling people to cars because somebody had to drive to the ride this morning. Thank you, Mike, for doing that. So I'm going to drive Audra to his car to pick it up, and then we're heading to Astoria and we're going to spend the night. So let's get on the road. All right, so really funny story. When I moved to Oregon almost 10 years ago, can't believe that, it was actually, you were not allowed to pump your own gas in Oregon. It was just a thing. So 10 years ago when we moved to Oregon, you didn't pump your own gas. It wasn't a thing. Moving from California, since the day I had driven, I knew how to pump gas. So like that wasn't an issue for me. So recently, well, probably within the last few years, don't quote me, it's been so people can pump their own gas again here in Oregon. So all of these gas stations have gone to self-service, and I believe you can still have your gas pumped, but you know, like whatever. So anyway, I know how to pump my own gas. That's not the issue. So I have a quarter of a tank, and I'm driving over to the coast. I'm going over the range. I'm like, I'm just going to get some gas. Well, I haven't pumped gas probably in like 5 years, like not gonna lie. Maybe like if we were out of state, but John usually is the one who like will pump the gas, or if he knows I'm going somewhere, he'll be like, hey babe, I'll just go get you gas, which I love that about him. So I get to the gas station and I know it's self-serve. I know that. I'm prepared for it. Like I had to look at my gas tank because there's that little arrow, you know, that you can see to see what side your tank's on, because literally it has been that long since I've pumped my own gas. And I get there and I'm like, okay, Carrie, you remember how to do this. Like you've done this since you were 16, right? Like you can do this. You got this. You guys, they have made these pumps. These are not the pumps I grew up on. So here I am in my leopard sweater having a conversation with the machine at the gas station because I, for the life of me, cannot figure it out, because you have to like press all these buttons to get your rewards, and I'm just like, holy cow. I look like such an idiot. At least I felt like I looked like such an idiot. I probably stood there for 5 minutes to try and get that stupid gas pump to start. Needless to say, $55 later, $55 for 3/4 of a tank of gas with rewards, I have a full tank. So anyway, that was my little gas station story. I gotta be honest, I got very spoiled. I love not pumping my own gas. I'm not above it. I'm not saying that. It's just, it's nice when it's like January and it's like sleeting outside and you're just frozen to the bone already. It's so nice to pull up and like crack your window and be like, I'll fill my tank. I'll have my tank filled, please. So anyway, it's a crazy road. yeah, I just thought I would share my little gas station story with you. And John, if you do rewatch this video, thank you for always pumping my gas because I hate doing it. All right, I'm gonna focus on driving.
It's also longer, bigger, yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say it's also like the rolling resistance. Yeah. I'm telling you, sometimes you were pedaling and on the downhill, and I was like just cruising. Yeah. Right? Isn't that what we did last time? Yeah.
All right, so how many miles did you do?
Well, we did 75, and then we had to come meet you. So yeah, maybe 70, like 100, like maybe 100. like 76, 77.
How do you feel? Good?
Good, actually pretty good. Although we did sit down and Mike started hopping around like a chicken with one leg.
What happened, Mike?
Because he had a cramp.
Oh, a hamstring cramp.
Yeah. Did you eat a banana?
No.
I did. So.
Yeah.
I had two.
Made all the difference. John won the race because of that banana.
Oh man. You good?
Good morning. I don't know what this video is gonna look like. So let me explain where we're at so I can give you some context of what's happening. This was a weekend that John did his, I think it was 75-mile ride. And he started in Vernonia, Oregon and ended in Astoria, Oregon. And what this event is called is Reach the Beach. And I know that we've talked to you about this. You've seen John do some like practice rides while we've been camping. Anyway, his ride was super successful. His dad is actually out here from the East Coast visiting, and we ended up spending the night in Astoria last night. And this is actually one of our favorite little towns. So Astoria, Oregon, if you don't know, it's famous for the Goonies. The Goonies house is here, which honestly, in all the years I've lived here, I've actually never been to the Goonies house. But Goonies never die. So anyway, we spent the night in Astoria, and I have not gotten a lot of footage. It's just been hard with, you know, John's dad being here. I want to be respectful of that time. And John also did the ride with some of our very good friends. So what we did last night is we went out to dinner to Rogue Brewery, which I had actually no idea was in Astoria. We kind of walked around that area a little bit, came back to where we were staying and spent several hours in the hot tub and went to bed. Like, John just crashed last night. So it is Sunday, it is a new day. Me and John have already been to grab some coffee, and Astoria is doing a Sunday market, which I've been to this Sunday market before, and it is just a really cool market. So we're definitely gonna hang out there for a little bit. The video's not over yet, folks. Anyway, what I'm saying is I just don't know what this is gonna look like. So bear with me on this video. I definitely think it's gonna be pieced together, and I hope it all makes sense. So I just wanted to give you a little context of where we're at, why we're here, and what has happened so far. All right, let's go to the market. Downtown Astoria. John and his dad are back there. We're headed to the market, and I just love this town. Have you visited Astoria before? I am curious. Just a lot of great shops, which are actually kind of a bummer, closed on Sundays. So anyway, headed to the market. Love this market, have been before. I've actually bought a painting from this market, and I'm just so excited because it's been a few years since I've been here.
Hi ladies, you let me know if you have any questions, okay?
Do you find?
The jalapeno sourdough, bunch of sourdough breads, bunch of just
Look at
baked
this
goods.
one in the pan.
Yeah, but look at this one right here. Bacon and cheddar sourdough.
Nice.
Alistair.
Yeah.
Alistair, I would buy from your booth. You're the cutest salesperson I've seen.
It's like, come boss. It's my throne.
Let's start this way. Yeah, that way we can read up.
How long have you guys been here?
So everyone, this is Tom. This is John's dad. Tom, where are you visiting us from?
From Owego, New York.
Yes, so he is out here on a visit. It's been lovely. This is his first time in Astoria. Just took some photos. And everybody knows John. Everybody say hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. All right, we're gonna keep walking on this beautiful, beautiful day. So we're walking along the pier, and all of a sudden this person's walking towards me, and I'm like, I know this guy. And I realized it was our local news weather guy who I've never met before. And he's walking towards me, and I'm like, oh, he probably gets this all the time. So I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna make a big deal out, I'm not gonna make a big deal about this, but I'm a big fan. And he's like, no, that's what keeps me employed. Super nice guy. His name's Andy. Shook my hand, stood there and talked to us, like actually legitimately seemed interested in what we had to say. And I wanted to tell him, I didn't, but I wanted to tell him, you're my hero. Like, I love weather so much, and I love to listen to the weather report. So anyway, I kind of nerded out a little bit. But that's cool. I just got to meet our local weather guy from Portland. So that was, and super nice guy, super nice guy. Anyway, I just thought that was fun. And I'm like, I'm going to share that. So anyway, all right. We are enjoying our time in Astoria. I think I have not had breakfast. We're going to go have an early lunch at Fort George. So we're going to go have some pizza and maybe enjoy a pint before we head back home. So it's just turning into such a nice day. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of the walk through the market. We're in the pier area, so this is the Columbia behind me, but it meets the Pacific Ocean literally right over there. So I haven't seen any sea lions. Usually we hear them at least, and I haven't even heard them. So maybe they're just having a lazy morning. But yeah, I met our weather guy. That's so cool. Here's the wood-fired oven, Fort George. It's the only pizza around that's the best. Lunch was so good. Three-way IPA did not disappoint this year. It's a collaboration beer they do every year, and it was so good. So this year it was done with Mirage Brewing and Sun River and then Fort George, so hence the three-way. And can't get the door open. And they're all local breweries, which were just really good. So every time me and John come to Astoria, we go to Fort George and we wait for the pizza. The pizza place opens at noon, and it was just fabulous. It was so good. So now we're gonna head back to the car. I think we're gonna drive down the coast and hit Tillamook because there is one reserve cheddar that they do that is aged for like ever, and it really is so good. And we're gonna go hit that. And I've done a video on the Tillamook Cheese Factory before, but I'll show you a little bit about, you know, what we're doing. So I wanted to take a minute and get this on video for everybody. Sorry for the noise. Look at this tree that has bloomed. It is so beautiful. It's massive. And I'm like, we gotta walk over just to see this tree in bloom. I have no idea what it is, but guys, it's huge. It's bigger than, it's taller than this building. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It's a pale pink. I don't know what it's gonna show up like on camera. As you get closer, obviously, the whiter it is. But from a distance, it's pale pink, and it's just beautiful. It's huge. Look at that. Wow. And then this hill underneath this building is just on fire with purple. Look at that. Or blue. I guess it looks blue in person. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, because it is just so beautiful. Look at that. It is a rhododendron. I'm underneath it. This thing is massive. I'm gonna turn the camera around. It's multiple. So it's not just one like massive bush, it's like multiple, but it's, if you were a plant person and you know anything about this, tell me how old you think this is to get this big. This thing is huge. It's massive. Let me walk up the hill. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Isn't that just amazing? If you're a plant expert, let me know your thoughts. How old do you think that rhododendron bush is? So I'm just glad I was able to identify it. Look at me. I told John, I think I just might be getting older. I can identify plants now.
Of that, yeah. Well, that's
So on the way back to town, I say that on the way back to town. So on the way back home, we thought it would be fun to show John's dad Fort Stephen. So this is a little bit of the fort behind me. It's very cool. We've actually camped here several times. So yeah, just a really fun place to visit.
Like there might be another brand that makes more cheese. I don't know, but like as far as a single building that does it all, this is the biggest in the country.
Oh.
So we thought that was really.
So you guys have seen us at the Tillamook store, Tillamook Creamery before, but John's dad, Tom, has never been here. So that is where we're at today. Of course, we're going to be picking up our favorite cheese, and it might be coming out with a scoop of ice cream. You never know. Let's go enjoy the cheese factory.
That are producing it.
Yeah, that one I probably do.
Yeah.
I'll be the door opener.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah.
They don't look as happy when you're actually driving around, right? Oh man.
But did you smack her up with me? Cheese curds are good for pull the fat out.
Here's our. I don't think there's.
So good. That's the white chocolate raspberry. So what's your favorite one?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't tried the.
The huckleberry?
Probably that white chocolate raspberry.
Wow.
And I don't
okay.
like chocolate and raspberry normally.
I know.
They all have.
Yeah, knives and yeah. It's still pretty funny. It makes a good story.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I feel like I should say welcome back, but this is still the same video. I just was about getting ready to edit it, and I was uploading, some videos off my SD card, and I'm just like, I never even closed out this video. So here I am, learning from my mistakes and getting better. Overall, John's ride went great. He totally exceeded his own expectations, which was amazing. I'm so proud of him. The funny thing is, and I don't know if I said this earlier, so if I did, forgive me for repeating myself, but the funny thing is, when I was going out to Astoria to pick him up, I actually drove the same route that he rode. It was an intense route. I was like, I am so proud of you. It was insane. It was very hilly, just a very beautiful ride. And he even said it was just absolutely gorgeous, but very, very hilly. So he definitely exceeded his own expectations. I'm so proud of him, and he just felt really good. So overall, we had a very nice visit with John's dad, and just amazing. He's 82 years old, lives in New York, and took the train all the way across the country to where we live, and he will be doing the trip back on the train. I mean, it's just amazing. At 82, I want to be traveling and, getting myself around the country. So anyway, guys, I'm going to close out this video. I know it's kind of been all over the place. Thank you for sticking with us through it. We wanted to share the experience with you. Just had some issues in filming and being able to see John, actually cross the finish line. Little backstory there, where they ended at the coast in Astoria. They ended in a parking lot that was already completely full, and they weren't letting cars in. So I had to go to another parking lot to park, and we waited for John there. They had already crossed the finish line. They actually beat us to Astoria. We are heading camping. So the next video should be a camping video. We're very excited. We're going somewhere that we have never been before. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And you guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Sending you peace and love.